What's up guys, JasperSnail here, back with video 2. If you haven't seen video 1, I highly recommend you go check it out up here. Now that that's all out the way, let me get into what this video is about. There is an 8-week challenge that has just started for F45 and I've decided to sign up for it. From what I've gathered, the challenge is essentially just eating clean for 8 weeks and then going to the workouts as much as you can and just seeing the results, after it's all finished. However, to make it a bit more challenging for myself, I've hired a nutrition coach to give me a meal plan for the next 8 weeks to follow and stick to. That's going to help me burn fat and increase my muscle mass. Now, I'm not saying that the F45 challenge one couldn't have also done this. It most likely would have, but I like having guidance and a strict person I can talk to whenever, strictly about my personal eating and what I like to eat and what I don't like to eat, and etc, etc. So I've done that. I'll be following his plan for the next 8 weeks, just based on my own body and what he recommends. The eating habits he wants me to stick to are like 7 to 9 really small meals, but spread out across the whole day. And they're not like small, I don't mean small, I mean like, you sort of graze and snack throughout the day and you have a few larger meals for your breakfast, lunch and dinners. It's primarily just like fats in your nuts and avocados, it's your meats and your proteins and your eggs, and then it's salads and vegetables everywhere else. He does put in a few free meals, he calls them. They're not cheat meals anyway. Regardless, it's sort of like a once a week thing, and it's to also help with the process, he says, so that's nice. So a quick update on how I've been progressing with the F45 sessions. After the first initial week, I did decide to keep going 5 times a week for the last 8 or 9 weeks. Sometimes it's been 4 days when there's been public holidays, but it's roughly 5 days a week. On top of my F45 sessions, I'm now also doing weight training with a personal trainer. So she's helping me just learn my proper form and technique and trying to build my strength a bit more, because in the sessions, you don't really get much time to learn. So I went externally to sort of help myself build that foundation and knowledge of keeping good form, because I don't want to injure myself, essentially. I want to be able to keep going and see the results. I want to get quicker, and if I get injured, that's not going to help me at all. So as for my results in the past 8 weeks, I'm happy with them. They're not overly amazing or anything. I've lost about 3 to 4 kilos of weight, though I've put on probably 2 to 3 kilos of muscle, so total, difference in my weight isn't huge, but the scans are definitely showing me that the fat's going and I'm gaining muscle, and physically, it's hard to see difference unless you take a lot of photos of yourself and you give it an amount of time to then analyze it. And I've been taking the photos, but I haven't been comparing them. I want to wait till after the challenge. As of late, now that we're getting closer to winter, the weather is a lot colder and it's getting very difficult to get up in the morning out of my warm bed and go work out, because it's freaking freezing out there. It's like 6 degrees, and then I'm getting up at 5:30 in the morning, going out for a workout. I finish, I'm drenched in sweat, and I think I'm actually getting a cold right now because I've been cold from my sweat, and then the chill from outside is also bringing out my temperature and making me sick. So I'm gonna have to start trying to keep warm after the sessions, I think, or this cold's just gonna get worse. Also, real quick, I mentioned in my last video that I did like a few trial sessions at the Torrensville F45, and I didn't end up sticking to it, obviously. And in those couple of sessions, though, there was me and my workmate Andrew. We went along to the sessions and we got grouped with this girl, and she was an absolute beast at these sessions. She was kicking ass at them, and I was just dying, because that's all I do in these sessions, guys. I'm a puddle of sweat on the floor. Anyway, after the session, we just told her she was like a machine and she was ridiculous. And fast forward to now, obviously that was a year ago, I'd forgotten about it all, and turns out she's actually at the new Flinders F45, and she recognized me after one of the sessions. It was like, hey, didn't you go to Torrensville for a bit? And I'm like, yeah, I did. And then I recognized her, and so I still think she's a machine. Her nickname is the Machine because she's crazy. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video after the challenge. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. Thanks guys, bye.